my channel, Fat to Keto. My friends call me Jelly. I've used the KETO Journey to lose 211 pounds, but I am not done yet. And I'm up on the scale. It is Shark Week. But I'm going to go ahead and show you all the macros and my Fitbit, my sleep, all that from yesterday. Oh yeah, no sleep. I forgot. The watches were dead. Let you look at that. Also, if you're new to my channel, this is where we follow along on me getting to my lowest goal using keto, plus my daily life, and then once I get there, how I maintain, even keto recipes at times, and tips. So let's take a look. Okay, so all we have is our steps and our macros. So I did 8,205 steps yesterday, and I had 86 protein, 71 fat, 1,055 calories, and 21 total carbs, 17 net. So I did not weigh this morning since I went up on the scale yesterday, knowing it's Shark Week. I know I most likely will go up on the scale pretty much every day or stay about the same thing, and I don't want to be all upset every day again on the scale because I'm working super hard. Like last week, I'm really upset. I was very low calorie, carbs, everything, and still went up. Yeah, so it got me a teeny bit upset about all that. I'm going to pick up my daughter from school. They had testing today, so I didn't sleep well last night at all. The anxiety of her going in there, anxiety for her. Plus, I have anxiety every time I have to go or do something at a certain time. It doesn't matter if it's a doctor's appointment. It doesn't matter if it's a job. It doesn't matter what it is. I never can sleep the night before. My anxiety's been through the roof ever since I was a kid. I never got sleep when I had school, ever, because my anxiety was too bad. And hers were off the chain. Like, I couldn't even be near her this morning. It was so bad. Hers was so bad with mine soaring. I don't know if you've ever had anxiety or known someone or been around someone who has it and you haven't, and you like, mine gets worse off of other people. I don't know why. If I'm not around nobody, I don't have much anxiety. But if I'm around people that have anxiety, mine is soaring. It's crazy. And she was freaking out. One, she doesn't last long in a mask. Two, she believes even in a parking lot, if you take your mask off, even though no one's around, you're gonna die. So she's terrified. She was terrified, and I'm like, how can these kids get tests done being so scared? I can't control what she watches. I can't control TikTok. I can't control YouTube. I can't control the news that has scared her to death because she's almost 16. You can't control those things. So she believes all the things she's been fed, so she's terrified. Yes, she has no immune system. Yes, it would be deadly if she got it. But taking the mask off in the parking lot with no one around, you're not going to get it. But, you know, she doesn't believe me. She's been too terrified to believe me. So I don't know how school just went. I don't know how her test went, and she needs to do really good on the test. And they want her to go to summer school because all the at-home learning kids all got horrible grades, all of them. So I don't know how that will work. And then I tell you, I'm exhausted. I'm like so exhausted. I think I got 3 hours of sleep. Like, I woke up a billion times. Not a fun night. So I knew, even without it being Shark Week, I knew the scale would be bad because of the stress in my sleep. Horrible. I have no clue what I'm going to eat today. I'm about to have my first collagen coffee, and it is 12:30. I don't even know what I'm doing today. Trying to wake up. I need to go ahead and take a drink, right? I haven't even taken a drink of it yet. Need to get myself awake and get all this going. So, sorry, some people decided to run across the road, and I didn't want to run them over. Maybe she want to go for a drive, get a coffee, or I don't know. She probably just wanted to go home and go to bed. I was told she never went to bed last night. But Honey, on a new note, Honey is, this morning, he had an appetite. He has barely probably eaten 4 ounces total from morning to night a day since he's been sick. But this morning, he ate the whole little 2.5 ounce can of food I gave him up in his little bed. He didn't want to get down yet. I gave him his eardrops. Then he jumped down and wanted more, so I went and got a 6 ounce can and put down for him. I don't know how much he ate it because his girlfriend was out there and he likes to share with her. But there's always tons of hard food. Always tons of hard food. I keep them filled constantly. Like, those cats go through a lot of food, but I keep the hard food filled constantly, so when he is hungry, he'll at least have that. So, and yesterday evening, after he had his pain pill, he walked around a lot, not very far, but further than he's been doing in over probably 12 days now. I think he's gonna be okay. So, thanks everyone who prayed. He is, we just could not, he's an outside cat. They're called feral cats, I guess. They are born to feral mamas and daddies, but he's, okay, so all these cats are wild. No one owns them. Some of them's been there since they've been born. They stay over towards the shed area. You can't get near them. They freak out. But Honey's let us near him since he was a baby because my daughter decided to go take sardines and tuna and do like this to him over and over again for weeks at a time every day. And then one day he decided to move onto the porch and leave his mother and brothers and sisters and become a spoiled little kitty. So he's almost a year old now. But here's the weird thing. Okay, some of these cats are years old, and if you got near them, they would freak out and run. But they have learned the past month or two now that Honey gets better food than they do. Why does he get better food? Well, like my mom told the other cats, it's because Honey lets me love on him and us spoil him. He gives us love back. So, and the other cats get all the leftover foods too. But Honey actually gets special canned cat food. So they've been coming up to the food porch crying for food each day. Looks in the door, and they've been doing this for a couple months now. And then yesterday, Baby Kitty's been letting us pet her lately. Not sit and pet her, just while she's eating, you can touch her. And then yesterday, Socks, the old one, the one I know now that I know the symptoms, probably has the same thing that Honey does. They all do. They would all have to. He literally let me pet him. What? After all these years, I mean, begging him and telling him to let me pet him, he just let me gracefully pet him as I fed him pate, because Honey hates pate, and I bought Honey pate. And it was so weird. I'm like, what is with y'all cats? All this time I begged and pleaded for y'all to love us, and you didn't want to. And now all of a sudden, and it isn't just the food, because Socks, he gets real food all the time, just because he's been there the longest, and he likes it. So he always got to get some real chicken. No one else did, but he always did. And yeah, that was weird. That's weird that my pets are all starting to let me touch them. That's like never been heard up there. I mean, we got generations of the wildcats. So I know, totally not keto, but if you're new to my channel, that's what I talk about. I just talk about any and everything. And Honey was really, really sick. He got a diagnosis of feline leukemia. They didn't think he would make it, and they told me if he made it the 2 weeks, he should be okay for at least a couple of years or so. I just have to watch him. And yes, I know bringing him inside would be better, but 2 reasons. One, my mom and daughter is very allergic to her cats, and especially inside. and my mom comes in my house a lot, and so, you know, my daughter, of course. And he loves the outside. He freaks out. His heart rate gets to 200 when you bring him into our home. Even in winter, he did not want to come in. Like, I tried to bring him in on the coldest day. He freaked out. He won't even come on my porch because it's enclosed. You get near him on my porch, he will go insane. So that's just not an option. The baby needs to stay where he is. Whoa, there's a lot of people here to pick up their kids. Guess I'm glad I came now. I'm 10 minutes early. I wasn't expecting people to be here, but there is. Oh no, that's a different line. That's not the pick up the kid line. Okay, no one's here to get their kids. This will be interesting. Oh right. I won't have to go into school. At least I put clothes on. I was really bad at going and pick up my daughter in pajamas. But I was like, well, this is high school. I don't want to embarrass her like that. So yeah. Okay, there is a few people, and I don't feel so weird. I think I don't know. It's confusing. And there's no parking, so hopefully this is where I'm supposed to be. Let's go to the windows. I have no idea how long this video is. It's too sunny, I can't really read the thingy. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it and share the rest of my day in a little bit. It is 3:17. I am starving, so I am having some pork loins. I am having 11 ounces of them. If I eat them all, we'll see. What I did today is I used my normal seasoning that I normally use, plus some pico. I normally don't use this stuff, so I don't know what it's going to taste like. We're about to find out. Alright, so that pico, it was not that great at all. It's giving me really bad heartburn, and it's it added a bunch of calories and fat to it as well, in my opinion. Like, why am I using it? It's adding different salts, it's adding all kind of stuff, and horrible heartburn. Like, I'm about to go lay down and go to sleep because I'm so sick to my stomach. So sick to my stomach. So that's not something I'm going to be using that much of in the future. There is some other brands I have to try, and I'm going to try them because I already bought them, but my stomach is so ripped apart from it. Not a fan at all. And it was mushy. Like, really mushy. So I'm still not feeling so great. That pico stuff is not stuff I will ever eat again. Ugh. Came down, gave Honey his pain meds. Got to come back in an hour and a half and give him his eardrop stuff. But look at the sky. I hope it's not storming, because that will suck. If I have anything else to eat, it might be one of the savory chicken keto child things. So it'll be like a soup broth stuff. Other than that, I don't plan on eating anything. My stomach's just so upset, and I don't want to have to eat some crackers, and I think we're out of crackers anyways. I'm trying my best not to, but yeah, no pico stuff for me ever again, or whatever it's called. I can't believe that sky. That sky is pretty gross. So if I remember, I will weigh in tomorrow. I don't usually weigh in during Shark Week because of the scale. Drives me crazy, but maybe I will tomorrow.